Welcome back to the Horrified Bean Podcast. I'm your co-host Edwin.
Hey, Jose.
Your boy Matt.
And
again, like we said in the last intro,
this is
Jocko
take
gone.
two.
This is take three, actually.
Take three. Jocko is still in jail. He didn't make bail, so he unfortunately will not be a part of the podcast. Maybe, we don't know how long, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll keep you updated on Jocko. If you like Jocko and you want updates, please comment. It has to have at least 100 comments before we actually do something about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
¿Cree usted en los fantasmas?
Si su respuesta es no, puede que esté a punto de cambiar de opinión.
Ay, compa.
De un objeto volador no identificado.
All right, now, okay, go ahead. So, who are we talking about this time?
So today we are talking about Rodney Alcala. He's an Hispanic serial killer.
He's basically a beaner.
Yeah, he's killed
Probably illegal. If he's killing, he's probably illegal. Dude, before you start talking about him, I think about it. Back when I was in high school, when I was a sophomore, I remember one of my classes, we got a substitute teacher. So I think it was government class. They teach us about government, which is basically useless. So our substitute teacher was like, so I'm here substituting for your teacher. You know, I'm gonna basically talk about whatever she let me, blah blah blah. And then she looks around and she sees that there's a lot of Hispanic people in the classroom. And as we continue throughout the class,
there are a lot of
doing her
spics
work-
in here.
Yeah, yeah, you should have seen her face. She meant like a face. And then later
Is she a
on,
white lady?
yeah, it's a white old lady. She was a boomer, a big time
Wait,
boomer.
oh yeah, dude, we had a teacher like that one
Yeah?
time. I don't know if you were in my class.
Yeah.
What?
Is there in
Our math
middle
teacher?
school? Yeah, middle school.
That white old math teacher?
Yes.
With Miss Sanford?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
was there.
Yeah. Was it her?
I don't know.
This
but,
is during middle school or high school?
This is high school, my
Okay.
sophomore year, and then we were there and we were talking. I was doing my homework and shit, and we were talking. We finished, and a lot of us were just talking and shit. Out of somewhere, someone said about being Mexican, and we were like, "Oh yeah, I'm Mexican too," because I was talking to this other girl that was in there, and she was like, "Oh, I'm also Mexican." I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever." And then she heard it, and she's like, "Oh, you guys are Mexican?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're Mexican." Like, "Are you guys legal?" I'm like, and all of us just looked at each other like, "Are you supposed to ask that? Like,
Yes,
is
dude.
that allowed?"
Yes.
And she's like,
You're taking our jobs.
no, dude, she's just going like, it's just, I don't know, I don't feel like it's right for them to be in this country taking all of our jobs and bringing their criminals,
Exactly.
rapists, and killers.
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
They should
And we
stay
were like,
there.
all of us were like, what the fuck? Fuck you too for saying shit like that. And all of us were like flabbergasted what the fuck this lady was saying to fucking underage kids, talking about some rape and murder and stuff like that. And
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Rape and murder to our
we're not,
underage
not underage. Our videos are warnings and shit. No, but
If you're watching,
age, drop a comment so Jocko knows who to talk to.
yeah, Jocko needs a new dating pool. Please
Oh,
drop.
Jesus.
You got to be minimum of 13 years
We're so
or
getting
maximum of
canceled
13 years
today.
old.
We're starting and it's gonna get it's over like that. No, but she started going at it and talking about that all immigrants are rapists and killers and are stealing jobs and shit.
Are you?
No, what the fuck? No. And she basically started going off about it. And then the one girl I was talking to, she goes, and she's like, I don't know why, but she's like really fucking smart. I don't know why the hell she was in dumb class with us. And she was like, you know,
She was
you know,
Mexican.
not all Mexicans stuff like that, this and that. She's like, me myself, you know, I'm Mexican, but I'm also legal. Not all of us are illegal and killers and immigrants. She's like, no, all of you are. And we're like,
said
shut
that?
the fuck up, yes. And she's like, y'all bringing the fucking fentanyl into a country and guns and shit. And
That's
let me
true,
tell you,
though.
someone in class texted this other dude in another class from around there that was also Mexican. And they texted him saying like, dude, one of our teachers is going crazy about immigrants, this and that. And they just texted it to him, letting him know what's going on because it was fucking crazy. And out of nowhere, like around, all of us were just discussing it with her, fucking just going at it like, fuck you, you fucking racist bitch. And later on, somebody knocks on the door, she opens it, and it's that fucking kid. And he comes in like, I heard you talk about Mexicans, you stupid bitch. I'm like, bro, like, come to all of us were like, bro, all of us just looked at each other like,
He's like, you're the
Weren't
reason.
weren't you doing that too?
no,
You guys were
we
late.
like, we were not cussing at her or something.
You were gonna have a formal discussion.
Yeah, we were just having a formal discussion about like, no, this is like the reason why people come to this country or something, you know, just letting her know like it's not about.
And then he came in to prove
And
the
then
point.
he came in to prove her point, basically saying, you stupid bitch. Why are you talking about Mexicans?
He's like, I'll kill you, dumb
No,
bitch.
no, not like that. But he was like going off on her, cursing at her. And she was like, who are you? Why are you like, and she kicked him out and took it to the principal's office and shit. And then there, he kind of like told on her kind of that what was going on. But they didn't do anything. And then 3 classes won't go by and she does the exact same thing, targeting Hispanic people. Or not even just Hispanic. She targets anybody that looks, that's not from America. You know, if they're like a little too Asian, she'll be like, you fucking Japanese bitch. Or if it looks a little too Indian, like, you Indian bitch or something like that. She'll go say something like that to them. And then after the 3rd class, kids just a lot of us just went to the principal and was like, you gotta kick this bitch out because he's going stupid in her class right now. Like, we just trying to learn, trying to do her shit. I mean, we weren't, but we just trying to, get her in trouble. And then like 2 teachers come in there, and then a cop comes in there, and they're like, okay, man, like, we heard you're doing this, and she's like, no, I'm just telling them the truth. Oh damn! I'm like, what?
She didn't even deny it.
No,
eh?
she didn't deny it. And all of them were like, who the fuck puts a substitute teacher without knowing what the fuck, how they're going to be there? Because if as a teacher, you're not allowed, I think legally, you're not allowed to talk about politics, religion, and, your
Didn't stop my
belief.
teachers, bro.
Yeah, you're supposed to talk about your, like, just what they're supposed to, teach the kids. And so they grabbed her and everything. They kicked her out, put somebody else in there. And later on, we found out that she got her teaching license taken away from her.
He was a substitute teacher, though, right?
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know. Oh, no, not license. She got banned from teaching anywhere in Muskogee County. Now that I think about it,
Y'all
I forgot.
took a
Yeah.
lady's job away.
Yeah. No, fuck her. Like, the fuck.
so
Look,
messed up.
nobody said anything to her, and she just went. Yeah, all of us were just dying. We were like, ah, you stupid bitch. And then the next day, our regular teacher comes by, and she's like, she
was like, what did you Mexicans do?
Imagine I fucking Venus kicked my son. That was my cousin. Imagine you stupid bitches now. But she came back to class, and all of us, and since my class was the first one to get attacked by that fucking bitch, she talked to us first, and she was like, so I heard what happened yesterday. She's like, I want to be sincere. I want to talk to everybody who got offended. I heard, and she called them. Yeah, basically, it's like, if your skin is still too dark, come with me. And she didn't do anything, but she kind of said that she was on podcast saying like, I apologize for that. I didn't know that she was like that, because she's the one I think who met her or something.
Yeah.
Beforehand, and she was like, I thought she was way
was your
better than
regular
that.
teacher?
She was a white America. Like, you see her face, America. That's what you see. But she was like, then she started crying. She started bawling. She's like, I feel so bad. And it's like, I'm truly sorry. She was like bawling her eyes out. And all of us were like, oh my God, like, it's not that serious, dude. Like we forgive you. Like, I guess so.
It's not your fault.
It wasn't her fault at all.
Yeah.
And so we were like, it's not your fault.
The staff was like, I'm so sorry, guys, that substitute teacher was so
Yeah.
mean. Also, everybody who's brown, we
Anybody who's
we got
brown.
some Taco Bell for you.
We got you some quesadillas.
We got some tacos, quesadilla burritos.
As a form of reparation for the trauma you just endured.
If anybody needs therapy, we'll pay for it.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
bro,
pay for it.
yeah, some,
In
you know,
Spanish,
some
yes.
fucking loser actually got therapy from that.
Oh, wow.
All of them were like, "You fucking loser, why'd you do that?" Like, and then,
See?
people were actually like roasting his ass, but then he goes, "I just wanted to get out of class." Like, oh,
yeah.
All of them were like, "We're the dumb ones."
He was just saying that. He was just saying that.
Probably he was just about you. I don't know, but because he skipped like 3 days of class because of that. But it was
All right, that goes to show you, everybody, as us being a horrified podcast, Mexicans are scary. Don't trust
Fuck
them.
you. We all of us are Mexican. What are you talking
Don't
about?
trust them.
And this is
I'm
why
American.
this
I'm
is
not-
why we're doing the podcast, because all of us are scary, beaners.
I'm not like you spick.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You eat beans and tamales. Don't even try me.
All right, going
Your
back.
bread smells like chorizo with huevos.
It smells like your chorizo.
Pinche gay. Mambo.
All right, going back to Rodney Alcala.
Okay, Rodley.
So-
Alcala.
He has killed 10 women and children between
Jesus.
the years of 1971 and 1979, possibly started earlier. And he was known as the dating gang killer. Because he did show up in a dating game after he committed half a dozen murders that
What?
he was not tried for at the time.
He was a handsome dude.
He was.
He was
He was a
innocent.
pretty handsome
for the
dude.
time period. Yes.
Better than looking at me or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually your hair. He actually had your
Long
hair.
hair, but it was more wavy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like a mullet-ish kind of hair.
Oh, like Peso Pluma?
Nah, his hair was.
No, yeah, one of those.
To the dancing show. Ah, fierro, compa.
No, he was Hispanic. I think he was like half Hispanic.
Half Hispanic or full Hispanic?
Yeah, I know. I don't know if he was half or full, but I do know he spoke Spanish.
Mm,
No, he was half. Yeah.
he was half then,
He was
probably.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a charming man. That's how he got most of his victims. He never used violence. He always charmed them.
So he was like,
Hey, baby girl, chess.
Party, right?
Que puta.
"He
He was a charming man. He lured children and women to their doom.
Children.
Yeah, I just said that to begin with, dummy. You know?
Damn,
Yeah,
I
there's some
didn't pay
kids.
attention to that when I heard women. I'm like,
There were some kids.
damn, that's crazy.
So he beat, strangled, molested, burned, and mutilated these
What
women.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
he fucked them up,
And
dude.
a crazy thing he would do when he murdered these women is he would strangle them until they passed out, and then wait for them to wake up again, and then do it again. He would
Like,
strangle
you're like
them.
edging them
Yeah,
to death.
that edging them.
Ah.
Like that? Ah,
He would do that multiple
Again.
times before he killed them. Yeah.
Again.
Until they didn't wake up again.
Bazinga.
And he's a so he did this, like I said, he was charming. He posed as a photographer and used that to lure
Damn.
women. Used that to lure women and children, so he didn't have to use force. And his go-to line was, "You want to see a pretty picture?"
Yeah, I got a.
What the fuck? That is.
picture.
Shows a dick pic.
Dick pic, my dear's dick pic, right?
Whoa. Un chorizo.
He's a teacher.
Aquí está la pinche manguera. Le echa agua. Le
agua.
echa agua. If you guys don't know who we're referring to, probably whoever's watching, you probably know who Berta the Rich is.
Shout out to Bachelor Verge.
Yeah,
Berta
shout out
the
Berta the
Rich,
Rich, bro. So shout out to Darkar, the creator. Fucking love him.
So he's another fun fact. At the same time he's committed the murders, he committed these murders in California and in New York. And at the same
California,
time,
New York?
yeah, California
And it
and
was like sticking out. Hey, how's my sound?
How's his mic?
Is it going? Going. It was like halfway unplugged. Okay.
Man, I'm gonna have echo when I fucking edit it. Every time somebody unplugs their mic and plug it back up, it has a little bit of echo, which I have to fucking fix all the time. So.
Why?
I want to do a podcast, but I want to do a podcast.
Okay, fuck you. But it's way easier with this mic.
But
so-
he did these murders in California, Los Angeles, Sacramento area, as well as the New York area.
So he just
It
And
was all over.
he's
yeah.
all over the place.
International.
yeah,
Yeah.
All over the
and he
nation.
did one in Wyoming too. Shout out Wyoming.
National, bro. Damn.
Wyoming mentioned.
Damn.
And also, during these times he was committing these murders in New York, they were having the Son of Sam murders, and so the police, like, they would find his murders and think, oh, it's Son of Sam, and not him. So they weren't really on his ass. They thought they were part of the bigger Son of Sam murders. And in California, the Hillside Strangler
Yeah,
murders
associated
was
with
going on with that. So the murders they found there, they were like, oh, this is a Hillside Strangler murders.
Jennifer
Oh,
Bianchi
damn.
and something Bono.
Yeah,
What's his name?
I don't know.
So basically, some of his kills they put it with other killers.
They thought it was with
thought
another killer,
killers,
yeah.
And
Because
at one point in time, he worked at a job with another serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's like everything gets connected. Funny,
Dude.
This is funny. It's all
No,
one
but-
timeline.
But this is the crazy thing. Like, there's so many serial killers out there that they actually connect with each other. That sometimes, that's fucking stupid.
yeah, they go out to
crazy.
go get the cheeseburgers and stuff. Like he like say he like fucking what's his name? Rodney Alcala.
Yeah.
He'd reach out, grab one of the girls, and then another serial killer reach out, grab at the same time. It's like, no way, dude. We're best
Oh,
friends.
wow, that's
First.
awesome.
I got
Maybe they
this.
like hated each other. No, I saw her first, dude.
No.
Hey, that's mine, bro. That's mine. Back up.
I'm gonna eat her and burn her. Well, I'm gonna hang her and strangle her. No, fuck you.
No, fuck you. Mine's better. That's crazy, though.
But a little bit about Rodney Alcala. You want to do his biography?
I was just gonna go into like the whole story.
All right.
You can add on if you see fit.
Yeah, you can go to this story.
Yeah. So, Alcala was born as Rodrigo Jaquez Alcala Bucor.
Jaquez.
Jaquez.
Jake
Jaquez. Jakes.
Jaquillin
Jaquillin. Okay.
Alcala Bucor in San Antonio, Texas on August 23rd.
Oh, he's like, yeehaw, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yee.
So he's American.
American.
He's American.
Born on August 23rd, 1943. His birthday's coming up.
Happy birthday. Happy early
But wait,
birthday.
by the time it comes out, it'll probably be his birthday.
Fuck you guys. Why you guys wishing happy birthday to him?
He died in prison. He died in 2020.
Good.
He was the third of 4 children born to a Mexican-American couple. His dad,
see?
Yeah, his dad being Raul Alcala
Yeah,
Bucor.
that is a Spanish
And then
name.
his mom being Ana Maria Gutierrez.
Okay, she's straight up beating her.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
Every picture I looked up, he didn't look Hispanic, bro.
He didn't
No,
know?
and he
he's not.
talked, he spoke perfect
But there's people
English.
out here that don't look at my daughter, bro. She's straight up white.
I'm looking at you, dude.
Well, she's
Straight
not
up.
full-blood Hispanic. You look white.
Yeah.
I don't. The fuck do I mean? He look white.
You got a very light skin complexion.
So you were born in Mexico, and I'm darker than you.
No, the fuck you're not. I'm way darker than you.
I'm darker than you.
Comment on the bottom. Mateus is
Darker,
stupid.
alright.
Darker.
Like, who has the bigger?
Who's got the lowest credit score?
Who's more illegal?
In 1951, Alcala's father moved the family to Mexico, then abandoned them 3 years later.
God, fuck you guys.
I don't know.
Hasta la vista, perros.
I'm going to the store pick up some tacos. Be right back.
Voy a comprar más masa.
Mujer, ¿qué hace falta? ¿Masa?
¿Tortillas?
Va a ser menudo hoy, ¿no?
Ya me voy, ahorita vengo. Agarro unas pichichetas.
Sí, voy a ir a ver a Juan Carlos allá.
Voy a ver la jaina. That's
Voy a comprar unas chelas, de regreso.
Yeah. Ok, mi amor.
Never to be seen again. Now, in 1954, when Alcala was aged 11, his mother moved him and his 2 sisters to suburban Los Angeles.
Oh, see, they were like grown in motherland Mexico, and then
Yeah.
her mom was like, fuck it.
So he was born in Texas. He got moved to Mexico, and then later they moved back to.
Okay, so
Los Angeles.
he's very Mexican, because
Yeah.
if you anybody lives in Los Angeles, like, it's straight up like Mexico, bro. If you don't know Spanish, it's hard to get around in LA, because I thought it was just straight up English. I lived there for like half a year, and dude, everywhere Spanish. You go to the store, Spanish. The first thing they speak to you is Mexican, and I was like, fucking brown people. I was like,
Or Spanish.
Mexican, bro. Like, it's
Mexican.
Spanish from Spain. No, they were talking Spanish, Mexican, Spanish, like
So
Mexican.
there's no vosotros.
No es vosotros, es ustedes, nosotros, perros.
Pendejos, idiotas.
Pendejos que están ahí. Pero yeah, that's how it is. So I'm pretty sure he's very like Hispanic, probably.
Now, Alcala was an academically gifted student who was reasonably popular among his peers and was supported by his family. He attended various private schools during his youth before graduating from Montebello High School. He was on the yearbook planning committee and on the track and cross country team. Now, who would have thought Hispanic on the cross country
country
team?
Dude, I was in the cross country team too for like 3 years, bro.
You good at it?
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. But the first year I was not, bro. I was ass, bro. I didn't know how fat I was until when I first joined the track team for the first time, bro. I puked the first time they made me train, bro. I was running. I remember everything hurt. I was out of breath. My fucking side of my stomach just hurts. I was like, ah. And then he was like, "You okay?" My coach was like, "You okay?" Yeah. And I was like fucking puked
So
everywhere.
we're good at cross country.
Yeah, the first year I wasn't as good as the rest of the years, but
What was your fastest mile time?
oh, 6 minutes and 23 seconds.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, I almost made it to varsity. So you know.
So you on JV?
Yeah. So you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good after a while.
Faggot.
Fuck you.
Junior Vato.
You know what?
JV Junior Vato.
Yeah, junior vato. Yeah, I was a junior
Part of
vato.
the Vatos.
Yeah, I was about to be. Bro, and everybody in there was either black or Hispanic. There was only one white person. I'm like, makes sense.
You know, there was this one back during when they were trying to stop, or during the civil rights movement or something, and trying to go back to integration. You know, getting rid of all the whites only, black only school.
Damn.
There's this one white guy. I don't know his name, but you know how they do fundraisers and stuff to like help movements and stuff. This white guy, he said in his fundraiser, it was like, "I'm running 100 miles non-stop to stop integration."
Really?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
to stop the joining of whites and blacks and stuff. And this guy literally ran 100 miles, fueled by nothing but racism.
What?
See, back then people actually used to hate. Yeah.
Not like today.
Not today. You guys
So they
do.
Just
started
tweeting it
saying-
out,
they
no
started
doing nothing
GoFundMes
about
and
it.
stuff. No, back then people used to put in the effort.
Yeah. Fucking Twitter.
Y'all
now,
just-
he's like,
y'all just be-
hate him.
Y'all just be commenting on like posts and shit, like hating on them. No, this guy ran 100 miles.
Culture is bullshit. Go out there and do some action.
They just supposed to take the pride about
Go
it.
run 100 miles to stop
If
racism.
you really want to cancel somebody, run 100
Yeah,
miles
back
for
then
it.
people used to bomb government buildings. nowadays people just like,
Hey, take
"Oh
a
my
page
God,
out of
this-
Timothy McVeigh's book.
Yeah.
And
They
go bomb.
used to do precedents for that shit.
What is the guy's name?
Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski. Take a page out of his book.
Take a picture of his book. It's crazy.
All jokes aside, we're kidding.
Yeah, we're just
Don't do that.
joking.
People used to get shit done.
And nowadays, you just sitting their ass behind their phones, bro. Pussies.
You got anything to add to his early life?
Early life, gay, suck a dick.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I see something about. Oh, you get into the military.
Yeah,
secret.
yeah.
I'll get into
Alright,
that.
go ahead.
So in 1961, at the age of 17, Alcala joined the United States Army to become a paratrooper, and he served as a clerk. Now, during his service, he was noted by his commanding officer as being manipulative, vindictive, and insubordinate. So he didn't give a fuck. He didn't ever listen to anybody. He was just like controlling other folks, trying to get what he wanted.
Hating, dude.
Just straight up hating. Now, Akala was disciplined on several occasions for assaulting young women, too.
What? the
Yeah, so it
fuck?
started off early on, and around the ages of 17, 18, he was already assaulting women. But back in the day, he was disciplined, but
Back then it
overall,
wasn't
they-
like-
It was more like, don't
was
do that
like a
again.
Like, they were like, no,
Hey,
bad.
hey, calm down, buddy. We don't like to touch asses around here, but
Relax.
Just imagine this sergeant like, get out from her. Get out from her. Pull it out. Pull out. Come here.
Yeah, come on.
Stop doing that.
Slap his dick.
Slap it up.
Stop it.
Knock it off.
Bad boy.
Come on,
Bad
buddy.
boy.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a joke, but back then, they didn't give a fuck.
No,
Crazy.
they didn't.
Good
Fucking
times.
crazy. What the fuck? Okay, go ahead.
Now, in 1964, after what was described as a nervous breakdown, during which he went AWOL and hitchhiked from Fort Bragg to North Carolina to his mother's house in California.
But he walked there, dude.
Yeah, he walked hitchhiked.
He walked his shot. He got picked up, but he just fucking did not want to be there.
He hooked it. He was like, the army ain't for me. Now, Akala was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and estimated to have an IQ of 135 by a military psychiatrist. Now, is that high? 135?
Yeah.
High or low?
Is that-
It's a little higher than average.
Oh, higher than average? I think it's isn't the average like 120 or something?
Let me look it up.
Yeah, we're gonna do some research in this podcast. As you
Yeah.
can see, we have a lot of
Comment
questions
your
for this.
IQ score.
Yeah.
If you're in the 2 digits, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means you're the top of the top.
How do you actually manage to like do that? Like test your IQ? How
I
do
think
you,
they have like an IQ tester you can do online. Or
So-
we
something.
should take that in one of the videos to see who.
So the average IQ in the United States is 98.
Shit.
he's pretty smart.
Dang.
Oh, what was it back in 1960s?
32. They were drinking and driving, bro. They were giving kids whiskey so they fall asleep. What do you think? Like
100.
So 100 is
They
average.
were
was
smarter.
above
They were
100.
smarter back then.
Really? They just became dumber. No, Loki, you have phones now. They made us dumber for real. No joke.
I can
Look at
tell.
you, fucking PCs in their lap.
So,
Yeah. Look at you, phone in your pocket.
No, hell no. Look at me. I'm smart. I use my brain.
What's it supposed to?
6.
It's fish.
I feel like a carrot. A carrot should be doing. Okay, continue.
No, let's see. He was subsequently discharged from the army on medical grounds, because he was diagnosed with antisocial
Medical
personality. But I guess he was too smart too.
Okay.
Man, you got an IQ of 135. Get the fuck out of here, man.
You should be
Be a
people who have
doctor
any.
or something.
Yeah, so he's a veteran. Support your troops, fellas.
What the fuck?
If you don't support your troops, this is what happens.
This is what happens. What? Women get killed? Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Women and children.
Oh,
Get that
my.
right.
Military husbands are the most abusive.
Are they, bro?
I believe so.
Military wives.
To your fiance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you
if
be like beat her and
she
stuff.
runs her mouth too much. I get her in check.
So if you says yapping, you just.
She
shut up,
says
bitch.
one syllable. Knock her ass off.
She looks at me weird. I start beating.
My dinner's not warm when I get home. Slap. Beat her. Where's my dinner, woman?
Is that what you do with your girl?
Yeah. My dinner's not warm? Come here, bitch. That's what it's up, Man. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Just joking.
Be
Fuck.
man.
Yeah.
Now, other diagnoses later proposed by various psychiatric experts at his trials included narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and malignant narcissism with psychopathy, and sexual sadism comorbidities. Now, after leaving the army, Akala graduated from the UCLA School of Fine Arts and later studied film under Roman Polanski at New York University. Now, Roman Polanski, I looked him up. He had a bunch of movies under his name, but the only one I recognized was The Pianist.
Oh, wow.
The
Wait, what? He was in there?
No,
No,
he
he-
directed it.
No,
Whoa, whoa.
Roman
So this-
Polanski directed The Pianist, and Roman Polanski also taught Rodney Alcala.
Yeah. You ever seen The Pianist?
Yes, I watched The
Yeah, it's
Pianist.
a pretty good movie.
You know what's
I
a
like it.
funny part in that movie?
The
When they threw that
penis?
fucking guy from the wheelchair down there.
Yeah.
I started dying the first time. We were in class. The first time I watched it was in class as
I
well.
also watched it.
It was middle school, and then I remember my teacher. She was an asshole. She was just annoying, and she's like, "We're gonna watch this movie. I would like for all of you to be mature." Talking to fucking 14, 13-year-old kids, be mature,
No.
and they were like, "There's gonna be a scene there. I'm gonna make sure you guys don't laugh." And me and my friends just looked at each other. You were like, "This is over
No,
with."
you gotta laugh.
I mean, no, it's like we tried so hard, and then it happens. It's starting, and we were like, "What the fuck is gonna happen?" And she's like, "This scene's about to happen." She paused to be like 2 minutes before. It's gonna happen. Don't laugh. Plays it. All of us were like looking at each other. Like, and then we just see the scene with the guy. Like, We just looked at each other. Started dying, bro.
The fact that she said she didn't want you to laugh probably made you laugh more. Too.
Yes, bro, we were just, bro. When I tell you we were dying, I was crying. I was literally just fucking laughing, bro. You got in so much trouble after that, but it was worth it.
You got anything else to add before I get into some of his earliest crimes?
He's gay.
Stupid.
He's stupid. He's
He
handsome.
spoke Spanish.
He's got a little dick.
What?
I sucked it, dude. It's not that bad. I don't. The big one's hurt.
Oh God! How'd you know this?
You know who had a big dick?
Who?
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Rasputin. Who the fuck is Rasputin?
He was this guy who, like, back in like World War One, he influenced a lot of historical Russia and Siberia.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah, he's pulling it. So
He was, like,
he was
whispering
like a
in
witch.
people's ears.
He was like a witch, and he like, supposedly could talk to God and the Tsar at the time. They believed him, and like at one point he put like
Like the Messiah or something?
Yeah, not like a Messiah, but he could predict the future, and he could like bring the
Allegedly.
and like bring the
He was full of shit,
success of
Oh, he's full of shit, okay.
yeah.
But he got high up in the ranks and started talking to these czars and kings and stuff.
He started fucking their women too.
Influenced a fuck ton.
He
Damn.
fucked a lot too. He fucked all their wives.
Yeah, he had
What?
a big dick.
God told me to get your wife in 4. All right.
Yeah, allegedly he had a big dick, and apparently
Allegedly.
it's somewhere. They actually, when he died, they cut off his dick and it's preserved in a jar.
Apparently.
Oh, okay. Allegedly.
You can actually see this.
Allegedly.
Let
Watch,
me
watch.
see it.
Hold on.
We're
I
gonna
don't wanna
post it
see
right
a
here.
Dick in a jar.
There's Rasputin's dick.
All right, okay. If you guys are watching this to this point of the podcast, here's the dick. Just dick in a jar. Not even.
Rasputin's Penis, the documentary.
That's a documentary about his penis.
By NYU Jordan Center.
Holy shit!
Where's it at? Oh yeah, look at this
there.
shit.
No way! They actually have his penis. Okay, I'm gonna show you, but I'm gonna blur it out.
Head, dude.
It's-
Look at that.
Yeah, look
Alright,
this.
post the photo right
I'm gonna
here.
blur it out, but I'll just put it somewhere
This
there.
is the alleged. Where's it at?
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh. See, it's in a jar.
It's in a fucking jar.
Dude, it's just, like for those of you who want to know, it's about a little bigger than my computer.
That's a big dick,
That's
bro.
pretty. It's pretty. He was hanging.
He was packing.
He was hung.
He was packing.
But it hurt.
Damn, but it hurt. What the fuck? Jeez. That's
And then who
crazy.
else had a big dick? I think it's Lyndon B. Johnson had a big one.
Lyndon B. Who the fuck is that?
Who's Lyndon B. Johnson? Was he a president or something?
I don't know. What you looking at me? He said.
Yeah. He had a big dick.
After JFK,
I remember,
yeah.
like every once in a while when he was arguing with his like secretaries and stuff, he'd whip out his dick and be like, "This is why I'm in charge."
We can really do that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did that.
Damn.
Don't fact
How
check
the
me, but he
fuck did he
definitely
not
did it.
get in trouble for that?
Who else had?
Oh, wait,
Just schlong.
How long ago was
Oh, his nickname was Jumbo.
that?
I wonder why they called him Jumbo.
That Jumbo
He
dick.
named his penis Jumbo.
Ah, I knew it. See,
Yeah, so I
Jumbo
was
dick.
right. Yeah, he was slanging.
Oh, you said the guy who was like, I did not have sexual relations
No,
with
that's
that
Bill
woman.
Clinton.
That's Bill Clinton?
No, no.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that is Bill Clinton. I'm dumb.
Who else? There's just another killer I want to talk about later on who had a big dick. He was a killer and he was also like a porn star.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, what's his name? I know
I
you're talking
forgot his
about.
name, but yeah, he was a porn star at the time. During his
Jeez.
time. Yeah.
Like, if you ever watched any 80s porn, that was probably him.
That's probably him. That's
Yeah, what was
crazy.
his name? There was a whatever. That's not important. Let's get back to Mr. Aqua.
How do we go from the pianist to big digs?
The pianist, the penis.
Penis. Damn. Okay,
All
whatever.
right, so let's get into some of his early crimes.
Early crimes, early crimes.
All right, so like we didn't put a trigger warning. Probably there's
Yeah,
a lot.
so warning.
There's a lot of rape involving women and children as well.
So if you're sensitive to any of those topics, please do not watch.
Please
Just
leave a like.
exit out.
If you're sensitive, please leave a like and comment. And then exit.
Yeah, then just get the fuck off.
That way we
man.
can tag you when the
Yeah,
video's uploaded so you can watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so on September 25th, 1968, a passing motorist named Donald Haynes called the police after witnessing Alcala lure young 8-year-old Tally Shapiro into his Hollywood apartment.
What the fuck?
Shapiro, who was residing in the Chateau Marmont with her family, was approached by Alcala on her way to school when he pulled up beside her in his car and asked if she needed a ride. Never, ever take a ride from a stranger.
Yes, dude.
Never.
Never.
Especially-
Even as an adult, bro.
yeah,
You
like,
have to.
especially if you're a kid. If you're watching this, don't get in the
You
car.
shouldn't be watching this in the first place. Just get out.
If you see Matias though, you can get in his car. It's fine.
No, fuck no. Fuck no.
Draco.
No. No one.
Now, Shapiro initially refused, but when she heard him say that he knew her parents, she got into his car.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, I know your mommy and daddy. Okay.
Okay,
all
okay.
right, yeah.
I'm just a dumbass little kid.
Damn.
Alcala then took her into his apartment where he told Shapiro that he wanted to show her a picture. Remember,
yeah.
that's his thing. He wanted to show his victims a picture.
A pretty one.
Pretty
That was his MO. Just
yeah, his MO was like, hey, you want to come see a picture?
Jesus.
I got something nice to show you. There's a picture of a cat. Someone's getting out of his
No.
car.
So he showed her the picture of the cat, and then she laughed and she left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, not quite, actually. When police arrived, Shapiro was found alive, having been raped and beaten with a steel bar.
Fuck,
Alcala
dude.
had fled, and Shapiro was in a coma for 32 days and spent months in recovery.
Whoa.
Now, to evade the arrest warrant stemming from the Shapiro assault, Alcala left California and enrolled at NYU using the name John Berger.
Burger.
Berger.
Burger.
Berger.
Going back to that little girl. So when the cops came in, the first thing they noticed was a fuck ton of lewd photos of naked little girls in his apartment. They were all just spread everywhere.
What the fuck?
And they also found the trail of blood, and they followed that trail to the kitchen. That's where the little girl was. And he had laid a heavy piece of like metal on her neck to slowly kill her. So he didn't kill her like immediately. He laid her on her, left her. He's like watching her die.
Whoa, what the
So the cops like are like, fuck. He saw Alcala too. He saw him.
Oh, they saw
Yeah,
him.
he saw him. Like he's still in the apartment when it went in. It broke because the cops went in and they're like, hey man, we need to talk to you. And he's like, I'm showering. And then he didn't say anything after that. And then they broke in. They saw the blood. They saw him. He saw the girl. Alcala ran out and he was like, I'm gonna save the girl. So he saved the girl, but in saving the girl, Alcala escaped.
Damn.
So he could-
Fuck, dude.
you know,
Big fucked up.
could have let one girl die and stop many more from dying. If you
Dude,
stopped
but why would
Alcala.
you do in that
I don't know,
situation?
it's a tightrope to walk.
Yeah, because like usually what, you let one little girl die to save many, or you save that little
It's
girl
what's
at all?
that, the train track
The train track.
situation.
Yeah.
Where there's one person tied. The train track is going to do two different ways. It can go. There's on one way there's one guy tied up, and on the other way there's
There's
5
many,
people tied up.
Yeah.
Like, what do you choose?
Both
Do you
of
let
them.
one guy die, or do you let 5 people die?
Both of them.
I say let 5 people die. You know, overpopulation.
Lower population. No, but that's one thing. That's the moral question. What would you do in that situation? You see a little girl about to die, and you're responsible for that about to escape. You either go get the responsible guy, or you either save the little girl. Like, I don't know. If that situation, I feel like the cops did the right thing, because when they rather save the life than capture him on the spot. Because even if they try to save the guy, I don't feel like I don't know if you're sure that
Save the guy?
save the guy, get the guy. I feel like they were not even sure they were actually gonna get him. Cause
Yeah. I
You know what I'm
guess
saying?
if it's a guaranteed to save the girl and risk chasing after the guy and losing him and then losing the girl,
then it's not worth it. See what I'm saying? Yeah.
The
That's-
girl actually did not remember any of it. She had none of that. Like, she was raped and all that stuff. She
It's
did not remember
crazy.
anything.
I mean, hopefully
she does interviews. She's like, yeah, I woke up in the hospital. And I'm like, how did I get here?
I mean, and that could be a good and a bad thing. Like not remember a traumatic situation. Like, there's a lot of things I would like to forget. And, like, I'm sure people want to do the same thing.
You know how bad it was? She had to relearn how to walk.
Shit.
Fuck, dude, I'm telling you. See. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm taking that off. I'm taking that off right there, bro. What the fuck? All right.
Well, you have to-
What the fuck? You said it on camera, bro. What the fuck? This dude. Oh my god.
I thought you said the viewers like that.
Yeah, but it's crazy, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh my, how you thinking about that? Jesus. I mean, bro, you're sad as fuck.
I'm trying to keep it light.
I'm trying to keep it
I'm trying to keep it
light.
I'm trying to throw
Jesus
some comedy in there.
Christ.
Some funny. Obviously, it was horrible when he did.
Fuck yeah.
It's even horrible what happened afterwards.
Fuck, dude.
So to evade the arrest warrant stemming from the Shapiro assault, Alcala left California and enrolled in NYU using the name John Berger. Now, in 1971, he obtained a counseling job at New Hampshire Arts Camp for children. For children, he was working around children,
Specifically little girls.
little
It was
girls,
a little girls camp.
using a slightly different alias, John Berger.
What the fuck?
You know what?
Same thing.
It's the same thing, but burger is spelled instead of spelling
Really like it.
B-U. Yes, B-U instead of B-E-R. It's B-U-R.
They'll never know.
They'll never get me.
Mustache on you.
It's like the Superman thing. You just put glasses on. Like instead of like without glasses, he's John like
He's
Burger.
sitting there like, fuck, what am I supposed to do, dude? I
Glasses.
gotta fucking get out of here. I gotta change my name. I can't use John Burger again.
I got
What
it.
about John Burger?
He just put glasses on. He just goes in.
This man with a high as fuck IQ.
Yes, that too. He has a high IQ in his brain and I work hard enough.
It
to
must
make
have
up
worked
the-
because they didn't catch him for a long time.
Bro, that's crazy.
Now, during this time, Alcala began to work for the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, where he worked in an office with serial killer. This is what I was telling you about. He also worked in an office with serial killer Richard Cunningham, an American serial killer who was convicted in New York of 6 murders committed between 1972 and 1980. So at the same time, Alcala was committing his murders around the same time period. And he was convicted in New Jersey of 12 murders committed between 1967 and 1978.
It was probably like the Spider-Man meme where they point at each other.
He's like, ah!
No, he probably walked into the office like, smell another diddler in here. There's someone else in here.
We got a Diddy over here.
Oh my god.
Now, Cunningham, the serial killer who Alcala worked with at the time, was nicknamed by the media as the Torso Killer and the Times Square Ripper. Since some of the murders he was convicted of included mutilation. Now, neither man has claimed to have been aware of each other, nor is there any evidence that they were familiar with each other prior to their respective arrests. So they didn't know each other. You know, they didn't claim like, hey, I knew that guy. Yeah, we were best buds. We were comparing photos of what we
Like
did to
Tails
the
and
girls.
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was like, oh, that's cute. I want to try that the next time. Now, let's talk about another murder.
Damn. Already.
Cornelia Criley, a 23-year-old Trans World Airlines flight attendant, was found raped and murdered in her Manhattan apartment on June 12, 1971. Alcala had strangled her with her own nylon stockings, leaving her dead in her apartment at 427 East 83rd Street. It is believed that Criley met Alcala as she moved into her new apartment and that she might have accepted help in moving some furniture. Her murder remained unsolved until 2011.
Whoa, so nobody knew what happened to her until then?
Nope.
So another take on this. So when the police found her, like they don't really know what exactly happened, but based on the reports that they filed, she was severely beaten because there's no sign of like forced entry. So she obviously let him in an apartment, but he had beaten her face so severely. She had deep bite marks in her breast. Like he was like biting on that shit.
Damn.
He sexually molested her, and like Jose said, he tied a stocking around her neck, and a bra was stuffed in her mouth.
Oh no, dude. What the hell? That is crazy.
Yeah, he's a crazy dude. That's why he had the trigger
what
warning.
is wrong with people?
Don't do that.
That is bad.
That is
Don't
bad.
ever do that, guys. No, the FBI added Alcala to its list of 10 most wanted fugitives in the early 1971. A few months later, 2 children attending an arts camp noticed his photo on the FBI poster at the post office. Alcala was arrested and extradited to California. By then, Shapiro's parents had relocated their entire family to Mexico and refused to allow Talia Shapiro, the little 8-year-old girl who was, fucked up by Alcala, refused to allow her to testify at the trial. And since authorities were unwilling to charge him with rape and attempted murder without the primary witness, Alcala was convicted of child molestation and sentenced to 3 years. 3 years ain't shit. And even worse, Alcala was paroled in 1974 after only 17 months. Less than 2 months after his release, less than 2 months after his release, he was rearrested for assaulting a 13-year-old girl identified in the court records as Julie J., who had accepted what she thought would be a ride to school, same thing he did with Talia.
Damn, dude, what the fuck?
Alcala was again paroled in 1976 after serving only 2 years. So he didn't get shit. He didn't do shit for these, basically. For these crimes.
Damn, what?
So,
Dude,
what-
if
so-
people knew about what he did, they would be pissed.
So with that girl, Julie J, what had happened was he had saw her waiting for the bus at a bus stop, like she was going to school. He pulled up in the station wagon, was like, "Hey, I can take you right to school. I can also show you a pretty picture." So he was driving and he drove past her school, And she noticed that, and she was like, "Fuck, I gotta get out of here."
Damn.
And she tried to jump out, and he grabbed her. He closed the door, and he was just holding her down. And he drove to a nearby like park, like a forest park. And there he pulled her out, and he made her smoke a joint, just so like probably take an edge off something. He
What
made her
the
smoke a joint. But luckily, at the same time, a park ranger, he smelled the weed, came up to him. He saw them both smoking a joint. He made up an excuse saying, "Oh, we're just taking a break from a hike." And the girl was like, "No, you fucking snatched me, dude. Get me the fuck out of here." And the park ranger like, "Both of y'all going to jail for weed."
For both of them going to
See,
jail.
this is why weed is illegal, because it catches.
This is
the
why we can't have
absolute
Mexicans in America bringing in damn marijuana.
So he wasn't arrested for the kidnapping. He was only arrested for the weed, and that's he got paroled for and got out again.
God damn, dude. That's crazy. That's fucking wild. Dude, she is lucky that fucking Power Ranger was right there, bro. She probably would have been dead by
Imagine alcohol was like, "It's not my weed, her weed."
She brought it.
Like, he just smoked joints with a 12-year-old girl.
That's great.
Yep.
I mean, I bet like back then they were like that's why they didn't even.
Everything was cooler back then.
No. I feel like that's why the Power Ranger thought was like, oh, they're just friends smoking joint. I'm arresting for the joint.
Yeah.
Like didn't that like molestation, kidnapping didn't even go through his head. He just went weed, and that's it. That is crazy.
That's
to me.
evil.
Thank God for the war on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a winning war. We almost got him, guys.
We'll find drugs and we'll arrest them.
Jeez, dude.
After Alcala's second release in 1977, his Los Angeles parole officer took the unusual step of permitting a repeat offender and a known flight risk to travel to New York City. So cops ain't shit. ACAB, that should have been happening way back in the day.
Damn,
Yeah, alcohol was just like, "Please, please, 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 please."
Like, hey, bro, like, my grandma's dying over there in New York. Can I go?
So yeah, that's fine.
I got
That's
you.
fine.
Yeah, you don't need molest children.
Yeah.
You only did it 2 times. You got to out of your system. That's all gone. I don't want to do it again.
Jeez,
Okay,
dude,
well,
what the
as long as you pinky promise,
fuck?
it won't happen again.
We let you in. He's like, okay. That's crazy, dude.
Now, NYPD cold case investigators now believe that a week after returning to Manhattan, Alcala killed Ellen Jane Hoover, 23-year-old daughter of nightclub owner Herman Hoover and goddaughter of Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. Hoover was last seen at her New York apartment on July 15, 1977. Her datebook showed that she had an appointment to meet with one John Berger that same day. I wonder who John Berger was.
Was it with the ER or the UR?
ER.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
John
he's
Berger.
flipping around.
Yeah.
It's like high IQ move right there.
Yeah, they'll never
Big brain time,
suspect
big
this.
time.
Yeah, John Berger, B-U-R, was arrested for the child molestation and the weed, but John Berger wasn't.
What the fuck? is-
Before his victim Ellen Hoover, he did another one. Her name was Pamela Lampson, and there's not a lot of details, but he went off with her, and then a few days later, her body was found in a hiking trail.
Surprise,
What?
surprise.
In a hiking trail.
Hiking trail?
Yeah.
Shit.
This was still in San Francisco, so he killed somebody else, and then he went to New York, and then
Yeah, he
killed-
left. Before he left, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's
home.
like, so Edwin, I don't know, he probably touched on it earlier, but yeah, it's up to what, 9 women and children that he killed?
Right now,
Like, in total. It
10.
was 10
10.
total, but it's estimated that it was over in the hundreds.
yeah, because like with that first girl, what was her name? I gotta look back and
Tali?
say. Yeah, Tali Shapiro.
Yeah.
When, like I said, they broke into her apartment and found all those fucking pictures of all those lewd girls.
Yeah, so those are probably
He
the ones.
does. That's another one of his MOs. He takes pictures of them before he kills them.
Oh,
But remember, he also like pretended to be a photographer.
Yeah,
So maybe
so,
sometimes
yeah.
he like took pictures and then they fucked off, and he was like, "Dang it, next time." But no,
I don't feel like killing
it
that.
could be way. It could be a lot
lot
more
It could be in
than
the
10.
hundreds, like I said.
All right, let's take a pause.
all right, go ahead. So
Back.
back to the podcast. So what happened again?
Yeah, what were we talking about? You said...
Yeah, we were talking about you could have more murders.
Oh, yeah, he had more murders,
could have
but
a lot
yeah.
more murders. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was fucking...
Yeah.
He was putting in the work.
Yeah,
He's going crazy out there. No.
Oh, dude.
Later in 1977, a tip to the FBI was made about how Alcala had been arrested by the police a few years previously for the Shapiro case in New Hampshire. Alcala admitted to knowing Hoover under questioning, but investigators could not arrest him since they had not found her body. Her remains were eventually discovered buried under heavy rocks on a hillside overlooking the Hudson River, near a location on the John D. Rockefeller estate, where an aspiring model would later report that Berger had taken pictures of her.
Shit.
Yeah, he's all over. He's taking photos of any girl he could find.
What the
And the
fuck?
Rockefellers are involved.
And
You know who the Rockefellers are? The Rockefellers control everything in the
Oh
world.
my god, this
So,
dude.
whoever you're voting for this presidential election, it doesn't matter. It gets thrown into the trash, and the Rockefellers choose whoever the fuck they want.
It was just that one white kid in class.
Or the Rothschilds, whoever they're fighting it out. Whoever they choose, whoever they want. I think Trump's gonna
And
win.
Pizzagate is also real. I'm kidding.
Pizzagate?
Pizzagate, yeah, the little pizza thing.
What's
It's
that?
a pizza place.
It's a pizza place. You don't know about the Pizzagate?
No.
We'll talk about it later.
Pizzagate, Mattress Firm,
Mattress
Captain D's, all that.
Long
Dude.
John
What's
Silver.
the other one? The furniture one? The
Mattress Firm.
no, the other one. The Wayfair. The Wayfair one.
Wayfair?
The Wayfair.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like so.
That's what they
or
said or something. I don't know.
Oh, with that chick, Ellen Hoover,
Ellen Hoover?
they thought, like, the initial speculation was that she was killed. Since she died in New York, they thought she was another victim of Son of Sam. And the guy, David Berkowitz, was a murderer. He killed a lot of people in New York, but that one wasn't his.
Yeah, you know how David Berkowitz was killing people?
Yeah.
Drive-bys.
Damn, drive-bys, really?
Yeah, you just go. Pop, pop, pop.
You know why?
Damn, why?
Because a dog told him to.
A dog told him
Why?
to.
Imagine you just sitting there, your dog's like, how about you go do a drive-by? Like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, just putting your dog.
I thought
he's
you
like,
wanted some fucking pedigree or something.
He's like,
I want
see
blood.
you see that bitch over there? Yeah, go shoot her. Shoot her back in the head.
Go shoot that bitch in the face.
Like, imagine, like, he's standing there talking to his dog, and then the bystander sees them, you don't think he hears just, woof, 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 and he's just like, yeah, bro, yeah.
You gotta point. You gotta point.
Yeah.
A bullet would
He dabs him up. Wild, bro.
Blood.
So, in 1978, Akala worked briefly at the Los Angeles Times as a typesetter and was interviewed by members of the Hillside Strangler Task Force as part of their investigation of known sex offenders. Although Akala was ruled out as a strangler, he was arrested and served a brief sentence for marijuana possession. Now, during this period, Akala convinced hundreds of young men and women that he was a professional fashion photographer and took pictures of them for his portfolio. A Times co-worker later recalled that Alcala shared his photos with workmates. I thought it was weird, but I was young. I didn't know anything, she said. When I asked why he took the photos, he said their moms asked him to. I remember the girls were naked. So his, the moms, she believed that the moms asked.
So,
What the? She believed what?
oh, no, go ahead.
She believed that the moms gave this guy permission to take
What
photos of the moms
the
naked.
fuck?
Yeah, so he'd just be in a workplace,
dumb.
just fucking, hey, look at all these pictures of all these naked girls, and just be naked kids.
It'd be like, who was it? It wasn't Charles Zing, but who was his partner? Charles Zing, and there was another.
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, Charles Ng and some white guy.
Yeah, the other white
well,
guy.
that guy would do the same thing.
That, yeah.
Look at
Look at his pictures,
Look
yeah.
at these.
Oh, before that, before he started working there, that's when he went back to California, right? LA, yeah. So he killed Ellen Hoover, and then on his way back to California, and why this is in Wyoming, he had met a 28-year-old Christine Thornton, who was 6 months pregnant at the time, and she had just left her boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of details in this one, but they did find a picture in his storage shed depicting her, like, just being happy and stuff. And typically when he takes pictures of them just being happy and stuff, he kills them shortly after. Yeah,
Fuck,
and it is
dude.
believed he had killed her. Because she was never
That's
seen
sad,
again.
bro. She was pregnant?
Yeah, she was 6 months pregnant.
Damn, dude. What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Crazy.
Fucked up. So after this girl, was saying that she remembers that the girls were naked in these pictures, she was like, this is what her justification was. She said, he said he was a professional, so in my mind, I was being a model for him, said a woman who allowed Alcala to photograph her in 1979. The portfolio also included a spread after spread of naked teenage boys.
Oh.
Yeah. And most of the photos were sexually explicit, and most of the subjects remain unidentified. Police fear that some of the subjects may be additional cold case victims. Like we said, he was tried for 10 people in total, but
Could
Might
be a
have
lot more.
way more.
fuck ton more. A lot more.
This guy's dangerous, dude.
This guy's...
Fuck it.
we
no
joked-
There's
shit.
some dangerous motherfuckers out there.
Yes.
So don't ever get pictures from someone who isn't an accredited
Dude, don't
photographer.
trust anybody.
Just
Not even your
because they
fucking
say,
neighbor.
just because they say they're professional,
Doesn't mean they're
fact check
professional.
it.
Yeah.
Look them up on Indeed, Rate My Professor, LinkedIn, all that shit. Look them up
Something like that.
everywhere.
Yeah. Ask somebody they know.
Yeah, ask anybody.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be a model, don't go with anybody else to take pictures unless you have a friend with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and carry a gun.
Carry a gun. Always
I'm
carry
a strong advocate of, you know,
Her 5e
carrying a
podcast
weapon on you.
really values, you know,
Yeah,
the Second
concealed
Amendment.
carry, Second Amendment, all
Yeah.
the way. Carry a gun with
All
you.
the
all this-
way, bro.
This is why we're doing this, to let you know that guns are safe.
Yeah.
Guns kill people, but they kill bad people.
Yeah, sometimes good people, but you know, that's another
Yeah,
story.
don't worry about that.
No, in 1978, Alcala was a contestant on the popular game show, The Dating Game.
What a creative name.
The Dating Game. Host Jim Lange introduced him as a successful photographer, and between takes you might find him skydiving or motorcycling. A fellow bachelor contestant later described Alcala as a very strange guy with bizarre opinions. I wonder why.
Mhm.
Alcala won the competition. So this guy won. He won the dating game. And a date with the episode's bachelorette. So the way the dating game worked, and I'll pull up the video here in a second. The way the dating game worked was that you know, there'd be the girl and there'd be like 3 contestants, and the girl couldn't see the contestants, and she'd be like, "Bachelor number 1, what would you do to me? Or where would you take me to eat?"
If you were a food, what would you be?
If I were a little worm, would you still love
Yeah,
me?
if I was a worm, would you still love me?
What kind of plane do you believe yourself to be?
Is it big?
Let me do some shit like that, some dumbass shit. You know?
And what color dress do you think I should wear on our first date? Looking at some type of shit like that. Fuck, that's crazy though.
Does it stink?
So he won the competition and he earned a date with the episode's bachelorette, Cheryl Bradshaw, who eventually refused to go out with him because she found him, like, after meeting him face to face, she found him creepy, which is a smart move on her. Yeah, don't ever go out with someone who's creepy or weird, or ask if he wants to take pictures of you naked only after, you know, first time meeting. Now, criminal profile Pat Brown, noting that Alcala killed at least 3 women after his dating show appearance, speculated that this rejection, because, you know, she rejected him, might have been an exacerbating factor.
He also killed.
Exacerbating factor.
He also killed 2 women before he even got on that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
I gotta get ready for this show. I'm going. I gotta go kill real quick. Get my mind clear. It's like the equivalent of post-nut clarity.
Yeah.
So he before he got on a dating show, he killed this chick named Georgia Wickstead, right? And the cops were called on her because she had not gone to work and stuff. So they went to go do a welfare check, and they had found her dead in her house, like on her bed. And at this point, like, they saw that the screen door was cut open, so they think he broke in to kill her.
Fuck.
And yeah, they found her just as a. I think we skipped one. Joe Barkham. Anyways, they found her like propped up on all fours. She was dead at this point. She had rigor mortis,
Fuck.
and he had raped her. He had choked her. He had positioned her. It's like like at this point he started positioning the women's bodies. So whoever found them would be like, "What the fuck?"
It's
And
more like impact. I'm
Yeah.
scared of this dude. Like, what the fuck?
and he also he had used a claw hammer. You know what a claw hammer is?
It's a regular hammer.
So a hammer that's blunt on one end, but has a claw on the other end. So like,
Oh,
regular
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hammer. It's
It's
not
a normal hammer.
Yeah,
What
just
did
a
you think
regular
of when you think
hammer.
of a hammer?
he'd use the blunt end to beat her brains in, and he'd use the sharp end to like cut her skin, just fucking tear at it, just fuck her up. And then right after that one, they thought he had done they thought he was in California at the time. They thought it was the Hillside Strangler that did that one. So the Hillside Strangler task force found him and they questioned him, but then they were like, he's like, nah, but he had pot on him, so they arrested him, and then he got released right after.
Obviously.
And as like 3 months after he killed that woman, 3 months after he killed that woman, he killed another woman named Zafar, same way, but he had positioned her body in the laundry room of an apartment complex, and the person that walked in just saw her spread eagle,
what
fucking
the
like just kind of like this, like both arms up like this, right, and her legs just fucking open, just pointing toward the doorway. So as soon as they walked in, they saw her just right there.
What the? Damn, dude, that is crazy.
And then he went on a dating game.
oh, dude, this gives me like fuck. Look, it gives me goosebumps just
Think about it, bro. Imagine that shit, dude. How fucked up do you have to be to do something like that? Just like, I can't, like, it's fucking weird just knowing that people that are out there that can do that shit, dude.
And before those two, did you talk about Jill Barkham?
No, not yet.
Oh, you're getting to that then?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, she's the one that got positioned on all fours in the hiking trail.
In a hiking trail.
I'm gonna start with it, and if I'm getting too ahead of myself, let me know. So in November 1977, he killed 17-year-old Jill Barkham, who moved to LA to achieve
Oh,
her treatment.
that's actually next.
Oh yeah, all right,
Okay,
go.
yeah,
We'll wait
I'll
on that
take
one.
but go ahead.
Oh, our timeline's a little scooped
Yeah.
up. Yeah, you know, don't worry.
Well,
We'll
this is
get
like
there.
a quick video of him on the dating game.
You feel okay? All right. You know there are 3 bachelors over there. There'll be 1, 2, and 3. Ask them anything
You
you'd
think he's
like to find out more about him, except their
He
name,
wasn't
age,
ugly.
occupation, or income. Okay? And we're gonna start.
Okay, now that motherfucker's
Say hello to
ugly.
you and see how they sound.
That's him right there.
Would you say hello to Cheryl?
That's him?
Yeah.
That's the guy.
We're gonna have
guys
a
sitting
great
He
next
looks
to him.
better at this age than he did back then.
And here we go.
Bachelor number 1.
Yes.
What's your best time?
The best time is at night. Nighttime.
Why do you say that?
Because that's the only time there is.
Okay, he sounds Hispanic as fuck when he speaks, bro. He sounds like their typical
sounds right to
Latino,
me.
Mexican American kid.
That old guy,
Then you're
super
really
pissed
ready.
off he lost. That's why. That's why he did the interview. He was like, "Fuck,"
Fuck that.
and then when he
dude.
found out it was a serial killer, he was like, "Yes."
That's crazy though.
Let's start diving into his kills. So on November 9th, 1977, Alcalin murdered Jill Terry Barkham, an 18-year-old girl from Oneida, New York, and disposed of her body on a dirt path near Mulholland Drive in Los Angeles. Barkham was found in a knee-to-chest position and naked from the waist down. There were signs of sexual assault, and she had been strangled with a pair of blue rope ties and beaten. She also had 3 bite marks on her right breast. Originally, authorities thought Barkham had been a victim of the Hillside Strangler. However, her case was ultimately decided by the authorities to have been unrelated after the arrest of perpetrators Kenneth Bianchi and Angelo Bono. Those were the Hillside Stranglers, who neither confessed nor were ever convicted of the murder.
So with that, like Jose mentioned, bite marks on her breast. He had bitten the nipple so hard it almost came off. It was like hanging,
What?
and she was like behind her. The way she was positioned, she was like Jose said, knees to her chest. Like she was kind of like in a fetal position,
Yeah.
but her face facing the ground, right? So imagine me getting down in front of you right now and showing you my asshole. That's the same position she was put in.
Oh,
And
dude.
He had
She had to use it himself, huh?
he had raped her so violently that she started bleeding from her ass, and it pulled behind her.
Wow.
Oh,
Holy shit,
Yeah, rupture or
dude.
something.
Jesus, that's horrible. What
Don't make
the
that same joke.
fuck?
Don't make that same joke.
Please do not make the same joke.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy, though. What the fuck? Stop. That's not funny, dude. That's not funny. God, dude, what the fuck? This is getting really fucked up, dude.
All right, time to shut off podcast. My tears are getting a little pussy boy right
No,
now.
no. Continue. This is just. Ugh.
Next week, on December 16th, 1977, 27-year-old nurse Georgia Marie Wixted was discovered dead in her Malibu apartment. She was last seen when she drove another nurse, Barbara Gale, home from the bar.
This is one I mentioned earlier.
When she did not show up for work the next day, Gale and their coworkers reported her missing. Police arrived at Wixted's apartment to find signs of forced entry. Wixted was posed naked on her bedroom floor, strangled with her nylons. She had been sexually assaulted, her skull had been bashed in, and her genitals had been mutilated. Prosecutors used DNA evidence and a handprint found at the scene to convict Alcala of this murder.
Damn.
Later on June 24th, 1978, Charlotte Lee Lamb, a 31-year-old legal secretary from Santa Monica, was found dead in the laundry room, which you talked about this too.
Yeah.
Dead in the
that was
laundry
dead.
room of the apartment complex where she was living. She had been sexually assaulted, beaten, and strangled with a shoelace, and was posed with her hands behind her back in a spread eagle position, like Edwin was saying.
Just because you guys forgot.
Yeah, continue.
DNA at the scene would match that of Alcala and DNA on the pair of earrings found in his storage locker after Samson's murder would eventually prove to be a match of Lamb's DNA. On February 14th, 1979, Alcala picked up a 15-year-old hitchhiker Monica Hoyt, in Riverside County. He drove Hoyt into his apartment, where he raped her. They then traveled to a secluded mountainous area near Banning, California, where Alcala took photos of her in her underwear as well as pictures of him raping her once again. He then bound and gagged her, began a sustained assault, which included further rape and sodomy, then bludgeoned Hoyt in the head with a rock. Hoyt escaped. She escaped after being bludgeoned.
Holy shit, bro.
She escapes. When Alcala entered a gas station bathroom on the drive back to Riverside County, she filed a police report about her ordeal, but Alcala's mother posted his bail.
What the fuck is going on?
So the way this one went down is he like picked her up and he's like, hey, like I'm in a part of photography competition. Like, let me take your pictures. If we win, I'll split the winnings for you.
Whoa.
She was like 15-year-old girl. Okay.
Yeah. So he picked her up. He took her to his mom's house. She stayed the night there. And then the next morning they drove 80 miles a different direction. And that's when he went up a mountain. And that's when he started taking pictures. And he's like, hey, you know what's going to be funny? If you pull your shirt up over your face, it's going to be a little silly picture. So the way he wanted to do that is like she pulled her shirt up over her face so she can't see.
Yeah.
And that's when he came up and started beating the shit out of her. And she had passed out, woke up, and Rodney Alcala began to rape her. She played dead, but he began to rape her and she started screaming. Then he choked her till she passed out. Then he beat her head, and that's when she used a rock to knock her out. She had woken up, and like when she woke up, Rodney Alcala was just sitting there crying, just feeling bad about himself. I don't know, for like not doing it right or something. It's too small. I don't know.
So you can say that, but I can't say it was too big.
Wow, yeah, but I mean, she survived. Like,
She did survive, and then she went up to him and she was like, hey, it's okay. I'm not gonna tell anybody. Let's just go back to your mom's house. Let's talk things out, and we'll go our separate ways. And he's like, oh, okay. He cut her loose, and they drove down to the gas station because he wanted a little soda pop, right?
Also, she tricked him.
Yeah.
This time she turned the table.
She was fucking,
Yeah.
brilliant, dude.
Damn.
Imagine she didn't do that, she'd be dead as fuck.
Bro, but she worked that nicely. She kind of like used, you know, his mental type shit.
His state of
His state of just feeling bad.
Yeah,
Like,
of being bad.
yeah.
Vulnerability.
Yeah. She put the fast one on him.
So that's when they went to the gas station, and you had to go take a piss after you bought a soda pop.
Damn.
And then as soon as the door closed, he was like, she took off the hotel, and she was like, fuck this guy. Somebody just started to do this shit to me. And they're like, all right. And Rodney came back out, saw she wasn't in the car anymore. He's like, went back to his mom's house, got arrested for that, and it was a $10,000 bail. And his mom immediately posted it.
Oh, why would the fuck hate? See, now that's one thing as a parent, like I get you want to protect your kids as much as you can, but it's just there's some things that you gotta accept that your kid fucked up.
So if your daughter like beat and killed someone or beat someone within the inch of their life and got away and they got arrested for it, would you bail them out? Honestly,
depends on why. Because what if she did it to like survive? If she did it to like defend herself,
because
like,
he was ignoring her text, and your daughter's crazy.
Now see that's crazy. Like I'll probably like to talk to her first, kind of see like what her mental state is.
Okay, what if he called her a bitch? Is that justified? Would you?
No, that's not justifiable. No.
He slapped her.
Okay, now see that's different. If somebody's slapping a kid, I'll probably do the same. Not kidding. But I'll probably not let that happen. But see, it's just there's a line between it's because like it depends. But if she just did it because she's just crazy, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I can't help you on that one. You really fucked that one up. Like, I can't. Maybe I can just see if she's like mentally unstable. And if it's something mental, I'll be like, damn. Well, I guess I'll bail you out and put you somewhere where you need to get your mental health. But if it was just she's just crazy and she just did it knowing what she was doing and there was nothing wrong with her other than she's just fucking crazy, then yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Like, you fucked up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Pretty smart. Yeah.
All right, go ahead now.
First smart thing you've ever said on this podcast.
Fuck you both.
All right, next murder. On June 13th, 1979, Jill Marie Parenteau, a 21-year-old computer key punch operator, left work early to go to a baseball game. When she did not make it to work the following morning, police went to her Burbank apartment and found signs of forced entry. Parenteau was dead, naked on her bathroom floor. She was posed with pillows under her shoulders. She had been sexually assaulted, beaten, and strangled. Her killer cut himself crawling through the window, a blood evidence that would later identify Alcala as a perpetrator.
Oh, so this is when they actually tied him to it.
In each murder, he's left a handprint or some form of DNA
Just
to
more
tie him.
proof.
Yeah, just help tie these murders to him. And Perito's friend, Catherine Bryant, testified that she and Perito had met Alcala at a club several times before.
Okay, so as he kept doing these murders, he kept fucking up more and
Yeah.
more, leaving more evidence.
And no, he's always left DNA evidence. Like it's
Oh, he never
cum,
fucked up. He's always done
Yeah, he's
something.
always, but this is back in the late 1960s, mid 1970s. At the
So
time, DNA evidence
yes,
was not
it's
like
not
a big thing.
prevalent.
The
Yeah.
big thing that they did get him on was fingerprints. But as like all these murders he's doing right now, he left a massive amount of evidence. He didn't get convicted for them until like mid 2000s, and then like the last one.
Wait, mid 2000s? So
It took a while.
what the fuck? This whole thing happened in the 60s and 70s.
No.
He got committed until
Well,
2000?
DNA forensics started like advancing, and that's how they started getting him on.
Oh
these murders.
yeah,
why,
oh,
like-
God, yeah. When was DNA actually introduced to that? Like
I don't
that?
know, probably like the 90s.
90s maybe, right? Like
So
look
it's like early 2000s, late
Was it?
1990s.
wait, that's recent. Well,
Yeah.
to me, that to us was recent. 'Cause,
His,
like,
you know, the last murder that they, 1986. So like
okay,
he
so that's not.
he committed all these murders like mid 1970s. 1986. That's when DNA was able to be used in the court of law. The last murder he got convicted for using DNA evidence was in 2012.
Shit.
Wait, 2000. He committed a murder in 2000.
No.
No,
that's when they started finding.
that's when they
No,
started.
they-
Yeah.
So these bodies, these murders would be cold cases. They wouldn't know. They couldn't tie him. They maybe thought it was Alcala, but they couldn't foolproof prove it.
But then
was
once
him.
they got the
But once they
DNA,
got the DNA, and they were able to like link these two. That's when they started adding more.
So
and more
basically,
charges.
they did all that in 2012. But like,
Yeah.
okay, just attach these
It's
bodies
not-
to
it's not-
murders.
I mean, you can only do so much with what you have. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But then
though.
again, 2012 is a little late.
Yeah, they should have done it like way in the 2000s.
Yeah,
Like,
in
they're just lazy.
1986 is when they should have done it.
I guess one of the chiefs was like, "All right, I guess it's time to drop my donor in my coffin and start actually working and using this taxpayer
and also,
money the right
I
way."
mean, I guess the other factors would be like the police force back in the day was not too concerned with
Yeah,
items such as this, especially when it came to sex workers being murdered.
and also like as well as they're like back then feminism wasn't a big thing, so I feel like also
Yeah,
that
the Me
helped.
Too movement was decades behind.
Yeah, shit, dude. That's kind of fucked up that people were just back then, they just didn't see women as valuable as they do now.
They really didn't.
And they were just
absolutely
like,
didn't.
"Oh, she got murdered. That's another one on the fucking list." Like that's
That's
literally
why
how it went.
That's why a lot of the murders, like all the murderers and serial killers that were popping off around this time, they'd only kill like either black people, gay people, or
Or
like
women.
hookers.
Yeah, because they knew they could.
Not
get
necessarily
away with it.
women.
Women hookers.
They could,
hookers,
they
there
could
you
get
go.
away with it because people didn't care about
Yeah.
black people, black females, black prostitutes in general. They didn't care about this type of people.
What a time to be alive, fellas.
I know. Be grateful you're living in this era.
Yeah, be grateful. It's 2024, bro.
So, next murder. Robin Christine Samso.
Yeah.
A 12-year-old girl.
12, dude.
12.
All these are just underage girls.
A lot of
They're
them.
not
Like,
even
I think most of his
They're
victims
kids.
were kids.
And these are the ones they acknowledged they were able to prove. There could have been a bunch. Remember earlier, there was photos of discovered of a portfolio of a bunch of naked girls that could also be murders or victims of his.
disgusting, bro.
So a 12-year-old girl from Huntington Beach disappeared as she rode a borrowed bicycle from her Huntington Beach home to her ballet class on June 20th, 1979. Her decomposing body was found 12 days later in the Los Angeles foothills, dumped off in Santa Anita Canyon Road. She had been beaten, raped, and stabbed with a knife. Samso's friends told police that a stranger had approached them on the beach, asking to take their pictures. I wonder who this was. Detectives circulated a sketch of the photographer, and Alcala's parole officer recognized him during a search. And during a search of Alcala's mother's house in Monterey Park, police found a rental receipt for a storage locker in Seattle. In the locker, they found Samso's earrings. So serial killers like to do this a lot. They like to take a trophy.
Yeah,
of their
trophy or
victims.
something.
They like to take
yeah.
something, body part, teeth,
They take pride.
jewelry, clothes. They take
IDs, all that stuff.
anything.
Yeah.
And they would collect it. And Alcala would like to put these in a storage container. And they found a lot of these items of his victims in the storage container.
Damn. That's crazy though. They really do take pride. I feel like a lot of killers, like serial killers like that or murderers,
Sometimes they get caught because they kind of mess with their pride, saying like, "Oh, this shit is disgusting. Like, this is not even art." And they're like,
Yeah.
"I like it. I did it." And they're like, "I built that shit brick by brick," you know.
See, he almost
And I'll be damned if he was.
It's like hunters when they
Yeah.
when they kill a deer or something, they like to take a trophy. So they
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
mount the heads or keep the antlers or something like that.
That's what he was doing. He almost got away with this murder. This is the murder that put the nail in his coffin. But he almost got away. So once he killed her, he went to Seattle, and that's when he got a storage locker, right? And he's like, fucking put all that shit in there. I was like, yeah, this is all my shit. And he was gonna flee to Dallas, Texas, right? However, he went back to his mama's place. Like just for the night, on the way back down, he went back to his mom's place. I can't remember for what.
Mama,
And then that next morning, he was supposed to go to Dallas. But when he got back to Los Angeles, cops found him, arrested him, and then they started putting all the pieces together.
Oh, they're like, okay, let me see this. Like
And that's when we get to the trial.
the trial. Okay.
31 years long.
That's how long his spree was?
No, so
Oh, the
his-
trial took 31.
yeah,
His
no,
trial,
so
yeah.
because like he got for the first few years, he got convicted because of the fingerprints and stuff.
Yeah.
But once DNA tested took off in like 1986, right? 1986. That's when they started plucking more DNA evidence off the cold cases, and then they bring him back into court and be like, yeah, you did this, more years. Bring him back into court like a few years later after they found some other DNA match, and it just kept.
They just basically kept piling up years.
He's finding the legal justice systems for 31 years.
The justice was just fucking him
Yeah.
up the entire time. That's awesome. Bro.
So Alcala was arrested in July 1979 and held without bail. He went on trial for Sam Soul's murder and was found guilty in May 1980 and sentenced to death in June. However, the verdict was overturned by the California Supreme Court in 1984 because jurors had been improperly informed of his prior sex crimes. In May 1986, after a second trial virtually identical to the first except for the omission of the prior criminal record history or record testimony, he was again convicted and sentenced to death in August. So it was the same shit. I don't know why they did that shit again.
Yeah, stupid.
In 1992,
Yeah.
the California Supreme Court upheld the verdict, but Alcala filed a federal habeas corpus petition in 2001.
What the fuck is that? A habeas corpus.
I don't know.
Yo,
Habeas.
a habeas.
Habeas corpus. In 2001, a United States District Court judge granted it, overturning Alcala's second conviction. That decision was upheld in 2003 by a Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals panel, in part because a witness was not allowed to support Alcala's contention that the park ranger who found Samson's body had been hypnotized by police investigators.
Hypnotized.
Yeah, you think it's funny, but that's what they used to do. They used to bring, like back in these times, they used to bring a lot of hypnotists into these investigations.
Yeah, do some memory.
Yeah,
refreshing or
like
something.
say so,
fraud.
so you know that girl, Tally
Yeah,
Shapiro.
Tally Shapiro.
In her case, because she had lost memory, didn't remember anything. If they didn't do that in this one, but if like it was a different police station or whatever, they would bring in a hypnotist and try to like make her remember what happened. It was very common back in this time.
That's wild. When is it they actually find out they were trash?
They still do it.
They still do it for real?
Yeah, it's called lie detector.
Is that real actually?
No.
I feel like that's
The
real.
hypnotist stuff, yes.
That's real.
Well, lie detector or hypnotist?
No, lie detector is real. I'm talking about hypnotism.
Yeah, they use that. No, it's
Is
not.
it, right, is it real?
It's not.
It's not real.
Well, what? Us being is.
It's open to interpretation. Now, while preparing for their third prosecution in 2003, Orange County investigators learned that Alcala's DNA sampled under new state law over his objections matched semen left at the rape murder scenes. Rape murder scenes of two women in Los Angeles. You know, they started bringing DNA forensics into this. Additional evidence, including another cold case DNA match in 2004, led to Alcala's indictment of the murders of four additional women. Jill Barkham, 18, which we talked about, a New York runaway found rolled up like a ball in a Los Angeles ravine in 1977, and originally thought to have been a victim of the Hillside Strangler. Georgia Wixon, which we also talked about, who was bludgeoned to death in her Malibu apartment. Charlotte Lamb, and Jill Parenteau.
This guy's putting in the work.
Yeah.
All you guys just be sitting at home watching this fucking podcast. Y'all should be out there grinding.
Yeah, get that
We
money.
call future forensic analysis,
Yeah,
blood
hold the bag,
spatter
bro.
analysis, fingerprint analysis become all that shit. All of the bodies were found posed in carefully chosen positions. You know, because like Edwin said, he liked to pose his victims. So whoever found the victims were like, ew, what the fuck? This guy's fucked up.
Guacala.
Another pair of earrings found in Alcala's Seattle storage locker had residue that matched Lamb's DNA during his incarceration. Between the second and third trials, Alcala wrote and self-published a book, You, the Jury, in which he claimed innocence in the Samso case and suggested a different suspect. He also filed 2 lawsuits against the California panel system for a slip and fall incident for refusing to provide him a low-fat diet.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he was getting food, and they were like, "Bro, I slip and fell. It's because of the food you're giving me. I want to sue you." Yeah,
Damn.
people do that a lot.
He's grinding, dude. He's getting that bag.
He's chasing the
Oh,
bag,
shit.
even in jail. In 2003, prosecutors entered the motion to join the Samso charges with those of 4 newly discovered victims, and Alcala's attorney contested it. As one of them explained, if you're a juror and you hear one murder case, you may be able to have reasonable doubt. But it is hard for you to say to have reasonable doubt on all 5, especially when 4 of the 5 aren't alleged by eyewitnesses but proven by DNA matches. And DNA forensics, I guess at the time, was like a
iffy thing back
you
then.
know,
There was-
it's a
yeah.
toss-up. They didn't trust it because it's new. They didn't know how reliable it was, and that's what this guy was arguing.
Is that, no, oh.
Like,
So you wanna-
he did it. Oh,
That is not my cum.
Trust something you can't even see at a microscopic level. Come on, guys.
Come on.
Come on.
Let's be real.
You're telling this,
What the fuck?
this is the equivalent of black magic. You want to trust black magic in the court of law?
Yeah, let's bring the hypnotizer.
Yeah, let's
Bring the hypnotist.
The tried and true. Hypnotist, come here.
Come on.
The guy's like, woo-hoo, look at my watch.
Did you do it?
1, 2, 3. You are slowly getting sleepy. 4, 5, 6. My hand is on your knee. Please ignore it. 6, 7, 8. My hand is moving slowly up your arm, and you're still getting sleepy.
Bro, imagine like
You are gay now.
Alright.
that's crazy though. Like the court literally trusted the hypnotizers more than DNA back then. It's crazy.
Imagine that right now nowadays. Imagine that shit, bro. I'll get arrested. I'll be like, bring the hypnotizer right now.
Bring the
Let it
hypnotist.
hypnotize me.
Hypnotist.
Hypnotist, yeah.
That's the profession.
yeah, bring the hypnotist.
Now, in 2006, the California Supreme Court ruled in the prosecution's favor, and in February 2010, Alcala stood trial on the 5 joint charges. For the third trial, Alcala elected to act as his own attorney. This is funny. I don't know if you remember hearing about this. He acted as his own attorney. He took the stand in his own defense and for 5 hours played the role of both the interrogator and the witness, asking himself questions and addressing himself as Mr. Alcala in a deeper than normal voice.
What the fuck?
and then he answered those same questions. So he stood on the trial and he was like, as an interrogator, he'd be like, Mr. Alcala, were you present at the time of Talia Shapiro's rape and
Whatever.
attack and whatever you did to her? And Alcala was like, I was like,
Ah, me.
he switched back and forth. Like, what about you? We found this body in the ravine next to the Hudson River. What do you say about that? Yeah, that wasn't me. No,
Are you gonna talk?
You just deny.
Are you gonna talk about the cuts on the lip?
I don't know if that's mentioned in here.
If it is, I'm gonna bring it up.
Alright.
But yeah, he did
That's just
that
funny.
shit. Now, during the self-questioning and answering session, he told jurors, often in a rambling monotone, that he was at Knott's Berry Farm applying for a job as a photographer at the time Samso was kidnapped. He showed the jury a portion of his 1978 appearance of the dating game in an attempt to prove that his earnings found in the Seattle locker was his, or earrings found in the Seattle locker were his, not Samso's. Jed Mills, the actor who competed against Alcala on the show, told reporters that earrings were not yet socially acceptable accoutrement for men. Accoutrement for men in 1978. He states, I had never seen a man with earrings in his ear, and I would have noticed them on him. Alcala made no significant attempt to dispute the 4 added charges, other than to assert that he could not remember killing any of the women. He played
dumb.
forgot.
He played
So bring out the hypnotist. Bring out the hypnotist.
Yeah, 1 and 2, you're gay.
I don't know what you're talking
1,
about.
2, your penis is slowly getting bigger. 4, 5, 6, I'm unbuttoning your pants. Please
Oh
ignore
my
me.
god, he gave us something.
5, 6, I'm putting your penis in my mouth. Please ignore me.
You're gay now.
6, 7 of prostitutes sucking your penises, not me.
It's not me. I swear to God, it's not me.
Yeah, he's guilty. It tastes like the DNA found at the scene.
It tastes like the DNA we had. Oh my God, dude.
Now, as part of his closing argument, he played the Arthur Guthrie song, Alice's Restaurant, in which the protagonist tells the psychiatrist that he wants to kill. After less than 2 days of deliberation, the jury convicted him on all 5 counts of first-degree murder. A surprise witness during the penalty phase of the trial was Shapiro. I wonder if it's Ali. Richard Rapport, a psychiatrist paid by Alcala, and the only defense witness, testified that borderline personality disorder could explain Alcala's claims that he had no memory of committing the murders. The prosecutor argued that Alcala was a sexual predator and he knew what he was doing. We knew what he was doing was wrong and didn't care. In March 2010, Alcala was sentenced to death for a third time.
Third time, dude.
3 for 3 during this trial
3
too.
for 3.
During this trial too, one of the injuries sustained by a woman, right? Her injuries would be like a tear at the corners of her mouth, like right here.
Big
Yeah.
dick, big dick.
Stop, dude. Stop.
Actually, exactly. So Alcala,
really?
yeah. So they brought an expert witness who's like an expert on injuries
Yeah.
in the face and stuff. And Alcala goes to him and was like, "So you said that these injuries were on the mouth and the corners, and not correct?" It's like, "Yes." And you said they're from a sexual like related
Intercourse,
crime.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, oral sex. He's like pretty much trying to say that, and the expert witness like, yeah. He's like, so would you say that the
Perpetrator.
the assailant, the perpetrator, has a massive penis that could do that? And it's like, I'm sure that's a possibility. And he's like, all right.
What?
But as you see, my dick is not massive. It's
What
only
the
average.
fuck?
So I could not have committed these crimes.
Just serious. That was one thing that you brought up.
And then he also the same thing. He's like, could also be done. There's like a well-known sandwich restaurant all the time. It's like, have you ever had one of these sandwiches from this restaurant? And the expert witness is like, no. He's like, I have. And you know how wide you have to open your mouth to do that? No. It's like, it could be that she opened her mouth so wide it tore her mouth when she was trying to take a bite at that sandwich. And the expert witness is like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? This man is slow.
This is the same guy who talked to himself during trial.
That is
Big brain IQ moves.
What the fuck? It's so hard to believe this man was smarter than regular people, bro.
After his 2010 conviction, New York authorities announced that they would no longer pursue Alcala because of his status as a convict waiting execution. Nevertheless, in January 2011, a Manhattan grand jury indicted him for the murders of Criley and Hoover in 1971 and 1977, respectively. In June 2012, he was extradited to New York, where he initially entered a not guilty pleas on both counts. In December 2012, he changed both pleas to guilty, citing a desire to return to California to pursue appeals of his death penalty conviction. On January 7, 2013, a Manhattan judge sentenced Alcala to an additional 25 years of life. The death penalty has not been an option in New York State since 2007. Therefore, Alcala died of unspecified natural causes in Corcoran, California, on
Corcoran.
July 24th, 2021. So he died back in 2021.
We just died.
On the anniversary of his apprehensions in 1979, at the age of 77.
Happy birthday.
Fuck. Dude, this man really just
The man's
lived his life in fucking prison.
putting in that work, dude. He's grinding hard, dude.
Yeah.
He was just grinding that shit.
You think people just sitting down watching TV all day could just do all those murders?
He
Nah.
could just get away with it.
That's what we're missing today nowadays.
What the fuck? That's what not.
All this commitment, all that. The grind set was real back then. Everybody saying grind set is he real now? Nah, that guy was moving California, New York, California. He's back and forth.
That is wild.
Just taking
Though.
thousands of pictures, dude.
Yeah. I think he's innocent. He was a photographer.
What the fuck? Hell no.
The
Dude,
photographer.
I mean, nowadays you won't be able to. I don't think there's even serial killers nowadays. Cause like, I feel like there may be murders, but not serial killers. Cause like, I feel like there's too many ways to get found nowadays.
if
If
you
you commit
start-
a crime, you'll get found. Like,
If you start seeing the Jawbreaker killer going out, it wasn't me.
it wasn't me.
The big, remember, the big ones hurt.
What
Stay
the
away
fuck?
from them.
So let's understand what we learned from this. Don't take rides from strangers.
Yeah, don't take.
Don't trust people who say they're photographers.
Don't trust photographers in
Don't
general.
trust photographers. Don't go on any dating show. That's fucking stupid. Go out to a bar like a normal person, or go share heroin needles with your future wife. All right, but don't ever do none of this corny ass, stupid ass bullshit with people. Actually, like freaking crazy ass people go to these things.
That is wild that he actually was in a show though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he won is wild. How do you think that show feels after they find out that he was a killer?
Ratings are good.
I think that's why they're canceled. The show canceled.
When they
I don't know.
get really?
Maybe they did get canceled. I don't know.
Damn, that's crazy. Well, that was it for that story.
Yeah. So I hope we all learned something, and let's all pray and hope that Jocko comes back.
Yes, please.
Yes. If not,
Let's bring him back.
We'll truly be the Horrified Beans podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We're missing the diversity. We need black excellence.
If not, we'll
in
just
this
find
podcast.
another beaner out here.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll bring in a white person. You know.
Yeah.
Bring wipers. We got the camera tech, the light tech, the
Yeah,
sound
thank
tech.
you to sound tech.
We can bring them all
And
of these.
mascot. Yeah.
Yeah, our
also,
mascot.
if you haven't noticed, we have
yeah.
some. We're wearing some Horrified Bean merch.
Horrified Bean merch.
Yeah.
Shout out to the sound tech's friend Morgan.
Morgan, yeah.
Morgan, here's her address if you want to send her some thank
Yes,
you letters.
Morgan, yeah.
Here's the pinpoint address right here, the
Pinpoint
coordinates.
address, yeah.
You know,
Visit
go-
her Instagram accounts or Snapchat logo
Yeah.
or phone number,
phone number, social
number,
security. Yeah.
everything.
The
Yeah,
carry
please
number
give
is
her a
great.
big thanks and go pay her a visit.
But
Yeah.
she's also one of our fans, so thanks for watching
Yeah,
our
if
video.
you're
Shout out
watching
to you,
this,
Morgan.
you're awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
the
you.
shirt.
You're awesome.
You're
Please like and
awesome.
subscribe and create 10 fake YouTube accounts and follow
it,
the
We're
page.
going for at least 2 likes.
Too late, yeah.
We can get there.
Yeah.
I know it's
And
hard.
Hopefully our video editor actually posted the video
Fuck you.
on the public forum instead of the private chat.
Yeah, sorry about that if you're watching. Yeah, it was private.
Yeah, so thank you to all the guys who are subscribed to this who actually saw our last couple of videos. And sorry for everybody who's new to the channel because it's dumbass wanted to post it on
Yeah.
just the channel.
Fuck, I feel like there's people out there that are just so mad that they're like, wait, there's a video out now?
Yeah,
like, they didn't know
it's
about
also
it.
your fault that you're not subscribed. So if
Yeah.
You gotta turn on that motherfucking bell so
I feel
you
like
know
that's
when we
why
post.
a lot of people don't have the bell turned on, so they never even find out that. a
Turn
video was
on the
posted
bell.
after that. That's crazy. But
All
all
right.
right, well, thanks for watching. That was it for this episode. Also about the merch, if we get up there, we might release some of it. If you know,
We're gonna release
Yeah.
merch, but we gotta get more subscribers.
yeah,
so
we're waiting for
get
that.
your
100%.
mama, get your grandma, get your grandpa, get your boyfriend, get your ex, and then your other ex, and then your boyfriend, and get them to subscribe.
Get your kid, get
Yeah.
your dog to subscribe.
Or
as
make
well.
10.
Make an
10
account for
fake
your
YouTube
dog.
accounts.
Fake
You can
YouTube
subscribe
accounts.
That's what I do to get followers on Instagram.
What the fuck? All right, well, thanks for watching. That was it.
We love
Horrified
you.
Beans out.
Peace.
Hello.
You see, somehow the world will change for me, and it's so wonderful.